Alright, hey everyone, welcome to episode number 24 now of Your First Jungle Clear. This is the show where I look at the early jungle pathing from members of my community. Why the early pathing, you ask? It is the most important part for us as a jungler, where we have the most impact and we have a lot of influence over the game. You know, you can technically impact 3 lanes, as you know, laners do hate junglers sometimes. So this show is now on Twitch. They did our first show on Twitch last week. I am now pretty much streaming exclusively on Twitch. So if you want to follow me on Twitch, there'll be a description in the a link in the description below, and you can tune in. I do this every week. You need to join my Discord if you're interested in coming on the next show. But we have a full guest lineup for tonight. So tonight we have a Trundle game, Kha'Zix, 2 Nunus, a Fiddlesticks, and a Master Yi. So we'll just jump straight into this now. You guys obviously know the format. Been 24 episodes in, but there's plenty of VODs there if you're first time sort of watching this from YouTube. So let's drag our first guest in here, which is the Trundle. He actually goes 24 and 16 this game. So pretty good scoreline. All right, Artur, you're on the air. Can you hear me all good?
Yeah.
It's Artur, right? I remember last time.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Artur. I'm going to get the game up in just a moment for you. All right, so you can see it on the stream all good? Let me know when you can.
Yes.
All right, so how's our ranked been going since the last review? When did you come on? Did you come on the show 2 weeks ago, or...?
Yeah. I soon got Silver 1, but some unlucky games and failed promo to Gold.
It happens. We're going to get back there.
I will get my Gold in a week.
Excellent. Well, we'll see what we can look at this review and see how we can make that a quick and easy process. So, this game as well. So, you go 20 and 4 this game. Why did you want to review this game specifically?
I think I can improve some things on Trundle. I'm not so experienced with this champ. I want to know how should I play early game better.
Okay. Well, you're on the right show here, Artur, so let's take a look. So, you're doing an early invade here. What's the thought process here? Why do we want to invade here? Do you just assume that, we're always going to start red so we get the free blue? What are you thinking?
Yeah. Also, I have Volibear. I think he is pretty good, level 1, and Urgot has only 1 skill. Okay,
so this is something we always need to consider, Artur, is that if we are doing this, we need to be okay with trading sides of the map. And what trading sides of the map is essentially, okay, well, you're going to do blue, potentially as Gromp, and then take your red, which means that we're not near bot at all to pressure. So you need to be comfortable making sort of like top side, potentially a win condition. But sort of moving into that now, like, what are you thinking in terms of what's the sort of lane you want to pressure here? What's sort of your win condition you're thinking of?
Mid lane. I have 2 assassins mid lane. They will probably fight with each other, use their summoners. So if I help my Fizz snowball, he will just carry me.
Yep, I think that is definitely going to be a vulnerable matchup. Yes, Fizz is very, they're going to be fighting a lot. They both have Ignite, so I think that's good. I actually think you can use Volley. I mean, I think Trundle's very good at ganking champs like Urgot. Like, he's pretty immobile. If you can, like, his E, it's really good. It's an Ezreal Rakan bot lane into Kate Thresh. I wouldn't really be worrying too much about bot. If the gank opportunity presents itself, we definitely can go there. But I think that actually trading sides of the map is actually potentially a good move. So I actually really like this, that your top side here, Artur. So let's take a look here. So we do Gromp. We do... Warwick is very upset that you took his... We're going for it. Alright. Okay, so... Let's think about this a little bit more.
I was playing with PTA on Trundle and switched to Phase Rush.
Okay, yeah, if you had PTA, you literally would have won this.
I could win this with PTA, but forgot.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously Phase Rush's strength is to kite, and to get on people, but right now you're actually not using Phase Rush at all if you think about it. You're just sitting there just whacking each other,
I use it mostly in team fights.
Yeah, so definitely a bit of a mistake there. So how do we recover? So you go, take red, this is good. Top dies, now we're going mid. So I definitely don't think mid's gankable here, so you decide just to go top. Nice. I like this a lot. This is going to be a dead Urgot. Excellent. Take the crab. Warwick shows bot. Ganky in mid now. Alright, so... why are we going bot side here, Artur? So, I mean, so it looks like you're trying to fight this guy. I mean... okay, so you're going for the crab. I actually didn't even see the crab. My cursor was blocking it. So, obviously, you're thinking to, like, double crab him here. Is that the idea?
Yeah.
Yep, okay.
I also think that my fist can come, but he is pushed. That was a bit of mistake. But
Man,
he came.
Trundle does so much damage, man. This actually looks like a lot of fun. Alright, you just take over this early game. So this is really good. You steal the crab from him. This is, I mean, there's not much to review here, except you play this really well, Artur. So, nice. So your Gromp's gone. You go take your wolves. And you want to just rush Dragon here straight up. Does your bot need to base here? So Fizz has got full priority mid. Where do you think is Warwick? Where do you think Warwick is going out of base?
I didn't think about it.
It's fine. I mean, I think this drag's still a good call. Like, you can definitely do drag really easily, but and you have mid priority. It's just something to think about, you know. It's like, always think like, where are they out of base? Because maybe he could like come contest this potentially, you know.
Yeah, but I didn't found a way to find him on the map, so I didn't scout his jungle on camps.
Well, yeah, sometimes we're just not going to know, but it's just asking the question again. If the answer is like, I don't know, then it's like you need to know that you're sort of taking the risk of doing dragon, you know?
Yeah.
Alright, we gank mid, super easy. Okay, so, this bot gank here is potentially, I think this can work. Like, Ezreal Rakan, this is, like, definitely not a very strong lane, at least until level 6. These guys, you know, Thresh is very strong, Kate. There is a wave coming up behind you. I think this is okay if you do it, but you just need to consider right here, Artur, okay, if I show bot here, I'm opening up all my top camps to be very vulnerable. And obviously, you're red spawning right now. So again, this is fine, but this is again something we need to be considering. Like, I think if you get the 2 kills here, this will definitely be worth it, or burn some sums. Alright, you're just whacking people. Warwick spot. Okay, this is good, this is fine. Warwick sort of just dies there. Alright, now we gank in mid again. Okay, so I think that we really just need to farm up. So what are you thinking now? What's the next objective? What's your win condition here, Artur?
Herald.
Love
Herald
it.
And push the Herald into top or mid.
Yep. So this is actually a really good base. I like this. You got a lot of gold as well. There is the option of you doing wolves, but I think it's fine. Like, you can leave wolves. Like, you want to keep up the tempo, the momentum here. So if you base right now, I think you can maybe take your red and go straight to Herald. I think this is really good. So Herald's definitely the next objective, Artur. This is good stuff. This is a good game. You take red, and Urgot's roaming, so you be a little bit patient. Okay, we can't do Herald. You decide to take your Raptors. Take your Krugs. Nice. Again, it's so easy to kill Urgot as Trundle. Alright, so we're a little indecisive here. What's going on here, Artur? What are you thinking? I think we should just do Rift straight up. Like, Dragon's coming up soon. We need to get Rift ASAP, and we need to go bot side.
I think I wanted to dive Yeso, but that was a mistake.
Yeah, so
I didn't dive.
As soon as Urgot dies here, like, you need to just go do drag. Like, Urgot doesn't have TP, your volley's around, Fizz has full priority. Like, even if Warwick comes here, you're going to kill him. You're so strong right now. You actually have insane items. So we need to just do Rift Geld here, and then reset, and then go bot for drag, and that would be like a really good early game. I think this is a really good early game, Artur. So does that all make sense? Any questions around this?
The thing that I must pass is looking for an enemy jungler when I do Drake. Yes.
Yeah, well, like looking again, it's like, well, we can't just find out where they are. It's like, it's like we have vision on the map. We just click on the map and be like, oh, they're there. So it's sort of just again thinking, what would you do out of base? Like, where would you go? Think about what camps has he done. That which means that, like, let's say if he's been bot side for a long time, that means his Raptors and Krugs are probably gone, or let's say he's red as well. Then he's most likely going to reset and go top side for his top side camps, right? Because his bot side camps are gone. So that's sort of the way you need to sort of think about it. But again, in that situation, I think that you actually didn't know where Warwick was. It's fine, but you need to be aware of that risk. And sometimes, and that's how you can analyze. You can improve. You can think, okay, what information did I miss? Like, let's say if a mistake happens, you review it, be like, what did I miss here? Oh, I didn't think about where the enemy jungler could be, or I didn't know where they could be, so this was a risk in the first place.
Yeah. Thanks.
All right, Artur, thanks for coming on. Good luck in your future games. Good luck in getting gold, and we'll potentially see you next time.
Thanks, mate.
All right, see you later. All right, so that was our first guest. Let's move back into this scene. We'll move into our second guest in just a moment. Let's take a quick look at Twitch chat. Cardo says, does Trundle fall off late game? In terms of damage, big time. He's definitely only good in damage, but he can be a very good peeler and late game support sort of champ if you build the tank items like Nerds, Vows, Zeeks, all that sort of good stuff. So he becomes a very devastating tank late game. Especially with your ult, you can become literally unkillable if you like ult a tank, because your ult siphons their tank stats. Alright, so let's move into our next guest, which is going to be Josh, a Kha'Zix player on NA. So let's get on the NA server. Trying to read a bit of Russian here as well whilst I'm in the process. I feel like building Bork doesn't make Trundle so bad late game. That's true, Shady, actually. Yeah, that's actually a new build that I actually haven't covered much or talked about. But yeah, that actually sort of helps you. I think if you're really fed, I think that's what he did that game. I think that's what Artur did. He built Blade, and then he literally goes 20 and 4. So I mean, that was a great early game. He could have easily been the carry that game. But again, we're sort of just looking at the early jungle pathing. Alright, so let's get Maythor's game up here. So Josh is a regular guest of the show. He's Platinum 1, I think, this account. Let's drag him in here. Let's find out. Alright, Josh, you're on the air. Can you hear me loud and clear?
Yep.
Excellent. I was just wondering as well, this is your Platinum account. You have the Diamond account you play on sometimes as well, right?
Yeah, this is on my main account.
Alright, I'm actually just going to turn you up. You're a little bit quiet, Josh.
Yeah, I'm on Steamy Merlin's mic. It's a little quieter.
Okay. Tell Steamy Merlin to get a better microphone. It's fine, it's fine. Alright, so this is a Kha'Zix game of yours. You go 5-10. There's a lot of deaths in this game. So this is actually one of your only losses. You've actually won a lot of games.
Yeah. This was, I saw the topic of your stream was forcing things.
Yeah.
This game will be perfect.
Alright, nice. Let's take a look then.
This game, everything I tried just kind of went wrong.
Alright, oh, so the chat says they say they can barely hear you. I'm gonna just try and turn it up as loud as I can. Alright, talk now again, Josh.
Hello?
Alright, can you guys hear me a bit better now? I mean, we can just sort of just start the review and but that should be better.
Yeah, otherwise I can see if I could try to boost his microphone volume.
Yeah, try that. Try that. Okay, they're saying you're a bit better. You're okay now. But if you can, boost it. Like, because I've got you max at the moment.
Sure, this is already at max. Let me just move it closer to my face.
Yeah, there you
that
go.
works.
That's perfect. That's perfect. Alright, so this is obviously a Kha'Zix game of yours. You're a Kha'Zix expert here, Josh. So let's take a look at the early game. Let's find out how you end up having 10 deaths here. This is definitely not the early game we want. Alright, so we're starting blue here.
So my plan here was to get early kills on the Alawi before she hit 6 against Riven.
Okay.
And then protect Kassadin from getting camped by the enemy jungler.
I like it. So, you're skipping your wolves because you want to get here ASAP. Is that the idea? You want to get top ASAP?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, doing a 3 camp clear. Also, when I looked at this game, I realized since Cho'Gath ganked bot lane, I should have skipped my red and stolen his blue.
Okay, when did Cho'Gath gank bot? Oh, did he gank bot a bit
2
earlier?
minutes. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, so this is big information we've missed, yeah. So he's literally done red and he's literally level 2 ganked bot. I've never seen that before in my life. So that's super interesting. No, I think doing your red here is fine, Josh. I really do. Like, you can do that after. Like, again, he's not going to be that strong, the fact that it's a Cho'Gath. Oh, as well. Okay, go into your runes as well, Josh. Like, we've talked about this a lot. You don't think this is a Conqueror game?
I wanted to do Electrocute because if I could get an early lead for the Riven and myself, then I could end the game before the tanks scale out past my damage. And by then I would have a fed Kassadin.
Okay. Yeah, I can sort of see that thought process. I mean, I'm just thinking of all the melee sort of tanky champs in this game. I think Conqueror's way better overall. Like, I mean, like, Electrocute's not going to be the difference. It's like, oh, that's going to help me to win the early game. It's like, well, Conqueror's still useful, you know? It's, if anything, it's fine. But, I think that Electrocute's just going to be sort of too useless. Especially in the sort of mid-game, like the dragon fights.
I'm sorry.
Go on, Josh.
That day I was also just trying to practice with Electrocute.
Okay.
And see what I could do with it.
Yeah, I definitely think this is a Conqueror game. Especially for these, like, you know, early sort of things. Yeah, okay, so you're going top here. You also don't have Sweeper Trinket. Can you tell me about that as well?
I forgot to do the thing where I ward and then recall and buy a sweeper.
Yeah, so I was
talking in Discord this game.
Yeah, so that's definitely going to distract us here. But sweep is so important for these early ganks. Like the way that I view it, you can hold on to Warding Totem as Kha'Zix early if you're scared you're into a really high pressure jungler, but you're versus Cho'Gath here, you know? Like, we don't need the wards to sort of be scared and defend our laners, you know? We want to be, as you said, like, I love your game plan here, Josh, but this is going to be a lot harder without Sweeper, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so we are walking over wards here. Okay, this is another important thing here. Did we see a Lowy ward? So when you walk into a lane, Josh, you're thinking about ganking it. Okay, there's actually a lot of fighting going on. Okay, so you actually do know that he's warded this, if you're looking. And this is where map awareness comes in, Josh. If you're thinking right now, okay, top, you need to be laser focused on, like, where have they warded. Because this gank could have been completely different. I mean, you had the information, right? Like, we have it right here. So,
yep.
we could have...
It wasn't warded. I also showed when I shouldn't have.
Where did you show? Let's have a look. Oh, like here, yeah. Well, I mean, again, you're already seen here. So, I think what we do here...
Right, yeah, right there.
Josh
I
is...
forgot your stream is a little bit behind.
Yeah. I'll wait for you to catch up. Alright, so yeah, this to me is super forced, but somehow it works. Like, he knows you're around, and then he walks up again. Like, you're on a ward, I think. Alright, so this is the perfect definition, Josh. I think this is forcing. But it works out for you somehow, you know?
Yep.
Alright, so you take his blue now. Cho'Gath comes. Okay, so we've just showed top. We've made the play. We've shown, like, why do you think you can take blue there? Like, what do you think Cho'Gath's doing? Do you think he's just, like, going and taking your... I mean, you can't even trade your bot side camps because you've taken them. Why do we think we need to invade there?
My initial plan was to just hope I can take it fast, because I knew Cho'Gath was in the middle of rotating there, and I just took it way slower than I thought I would.
Yeah, I mean, you're not the fastest doing these camps, and like even the fact that Alawi is coming back out of base, yeah, like we need to sort of. I mean, like I think it's actually fine maybe to do this, Josh, but you need to at least drag it out. You're just completely disrespecting Cho'Gath here. You know, so like drag it up. Drag it out, and then if Cho'Gath shows, then maybe you sort of just try and go for the smart battle and back off. But if you're getting hit by that Q, that really hurts. And actually, Bloster in the chat says if you had Conqueror, you could have potentially won this fight against Cho, and I definitely agree. You know, again, this is where sort of I think Conqueror is just better against these type of melee champs like Cho'Gath and stuff. So,
Oh yeah, definitely.
So yeah, I guess the thing we need to sort of like take into consideration here, Josh, is you've made a play. You're making it too obvious what you're doing as your next play. Like as soon as you show on the map, like sometimes I view it as like I have two options, but I can only do one thing. I'm either going to gank top or I'm going to take his blue. You can potentially do both. Again, the fact that it's a really weak Cho'Gath early jungle, but again, the fact that you don't have Conqueror makes it a bit harder. And yeah, I guess. And then again, the biggest thing here is just making it too obvious what you're doing. Whenever what I'm doing is obvious, like that's when things go bad for me in League, because it's like, well, they know that I'm going to do this, so they're preparing in their head. They're getting their flashes ready. They're getting their ults ready. They're pinging for their teammates. So we definitely don't want to be giving double buffs back to Cho'Gath. And if you think about it, this is actually not a good early game for you at all, Josh. We have 12 CS. We're going to lose top crab. Now we're forced to go bot. Our Raptors and Krugs are up. Like this is not really good.
Yeah, my farm stayed pretty low because of my early game this game.
For your forcing. Now we're forcing again. We just need to farm our camps, Josh. Oh. Alright, we do kill Nautilus eventually, which is good. Oh, we're going for another gank. Okay, so let's look at us now, Josh. We're level 3 Kha'Zix into a level 5 Yas with no AD items. So we have literally 0 kill threat here. There's no way we're going to be able to kill this Yas. He'll probably be able to shield our entire damage. So this is fine. Kassadin's chilling right now. You don't need to actually disrupt anything for him, Josh. Like he's sitting there. He's going to get a free level 6. He's only died once. That's fine. Again, after that bot gank, like absolutely do a full clear, reset, back bot, or even gank top after that. So again, you've showed mid. Did you show mid here?
I didn't show mid, but when I was looking at this, I was like, I know the Cho'Gath is going to be down here, because he just cleared and he has Predator. So I came here, and then when Yasuo walked back up to try to bait me, I'm like, I think I could get my Kassadin 2 kills here.
No. Again, we have Electrocute. Look how weak we are. We're at level 3. You know, even Cho'Gath's level 4. So yeah, this is a big problem, Josh. This is how you basically lose all momentum for this game, because you actually do show on this. So you've showed the enemy literally, because imagine Cho'Gath right now, he's literally thinking, okay, he literally has 16 CS. He's only done 3 camps. It's almost 5 minutes in the game and a crab. Like this is just worst case scenario for you.
Yep.
So this is all I want to go over. I think there's just way too much force gank in here. We need to just do the top play. Just farm, back out, chill out. You know, we did what we did. We executed our game plan. We sort of just tried to bite off more than we could chew. All right, Josh, that's all I want to go over for this game. Is there any other questions you have around this?
No, not really.
All right, excellent, Josh. Well, good luck in your climb back to our. I mean, we're hoping again. Every time you come on the show, I'm like, Josh, let's get to Diamond. Come on, let's go. So, keep up with the climb. Yeah, go on.
Do you think after Riven got killed by Alawi that you still would have been my win con, or should I have played around the bot lane afterwards?
So right now, Josh, like I think it's hard to say. Right now, we actually just need to help ourselves so much that like we need to fix ourselves first, and then we can figure out what happens after. You know, like let's say by the time you fix yourself, you're like, you know, you're level 6. Then maybe I don't know, maybe Laura's got a bunch of other kills and she's level 6 and she can 1v2 people now. Or maybe you're bot. So like right now, it's actually hard to say, Josh, because we need to help ourselves so bad in this situation to recover that we literally have no win condition. Our only win condition right now is not being level 3 for another 3 minutes.
Okay, so after the first fail, I should have just farmed up like full clear
Yeah.
before trying to do anything else. Okay.
Yeah. Help yourself before you can help others is what I say. All right, Josh, if that's it, thanks for coming on, and I will see you next time.
All right, see ya.
All right, so that was our second guest. Our next one's going to be a Kato Perry, who's in the chat, Nunu over on NA. So let's quickly get his game up. All right, see you later. Go to again, thanks for the subscription, and I'll see you next time. Bottles is here. Bottles, good to see you here. Let's try and get as many reviews as we can in here before you go to work. So Stella says, how do I get on the show? You'll need to join my Discord. There's a link up there. Basically, a couple of hours before the show, I messaged a specific Discord channel. It's called YFJC Live. Who wants to come on the show? Basically, first in, best dressed. If you just message before everyone else, you'll get on the show. And once we fill up, we're good to go. So again, I do it about the same time this week, every week. 2 hours before now, then I ask for guests on the show. Alright, so let's get this Nunu game up. Obviously, we've spent a lot of time on Nunu in the community here. Alright, so let's get Kato in. So this is Neil. Neil, Kato, are you in? Join the waiting room if you're here, Kato, because I need to drag you in. Okay, if Kato's not here... Oh no, Kato is here. Sorry, you name changed. Alright, I thought you were Neil. Never mind. Alright, so let's get you in here right now. Alright, Kato, you're on the air. Can you hear me all good?
Yes, I can hear you. Am I good?
Yeah, I'm just going to have to slowly turn you down because Josh was a bit quiet there, but you should be good now.
Right.
Talk now.
All right, how's this?
Yep, I think that's good. Chat, let me know if Kato... Is it Neil? Is your name actually Neil? Because that's what your Discord was.
Yeah,
right.
my real name's Neil.
All right, well, let me know in the chat if Neil's too loud. All right, Neil, I'm going to get your game up in just a moment. It should be up on the screen now. Let me know when you can see it.
There it is, yes.
Alright, so this is a Nunu game of yours. It looks like you've been playing a bit of Nunu. Did you get inspired Nunu from my guide, or were you a Nunu main before you found my channel, or...?
No, that's exactly... I watched your guide and thought the playstyle would fit perfectly with what I like, so I came up and really enjoying him.
Awesome. Alright, well, let's review and let's see where we can polish up your early game here, Neil. So, we... place an award there, switching out to sweeper, and an invade happens. This is a bit messy. Okay, what happens here? You find a wild Syndra. Alright, well that's a nice easy kill.
Yeah, I got sort of lucky on this one.
Alright, this is a team difference. Okay, well this is very, very good best case scenario early game. So, we do Raptors now. Alright, so we're doing the level 3 gank strategy bot. So tell me about this, Neil. What do you see here? Why are you thinking about this?
Well, I think it was two things. I think I got sort of spooked by the Xin Zhao top. I didn't really know how to interface with that. So I liked the Kaisa Lux combo bot, and they're getting pushed in here, so it sort of is working. The timing is right after finishing the Krugs.
Yep, I think this is great. This definitely can work. They're pretty pushed up. Swain's very vulnerable. And same with Varus. These guys don't have like Ezreal E's and stuff like that. So I think this is a really good move. Oh yeah, also, do you know that Swain's flash is gone from that earlier fight? Did you know that at this time?
Honestly, no.
Yeah, so that's really important information. Because I'm thinking right now, Swain. Just kill Swain, bang, done, you know?
Right.
Alright, well, Lux hits it, so we don't even need to worry about that anyway. So she's dead. Nice. And now we're ganking mid. Beautiful, Neil. This is good stuff. Oh, okay. So, where's Zach right now? Do you know where Zach is? Has he showed on the map yet?
I don't think since the invade, I don't think I've seen him.
Okay, well, it's definitely the right move to go clear. Like, the way that I view this is that we're done. You're going to win this game super easily, Neil. If we just do the, the lock-in mindset that I talk about in my guide.
Right.
We've done enough. This is best, amazing early game. All we're going to do here is just farm up, play around like Aurelia in our bot lane, and we're going to win this game. I don't even care about top. So you need to go.
I think that's where I sort of fail, is the lock-in mindset in this game.
Yeah.
Because it's a loss, obviously, eventually. So.
So you would have denied, because Zach now gets like a free. You've literally just like let him like. Is he taking your blue? No, he hasn't taken your blue. You could have defended this crab from him. He's like, not going to have that full CS. You clear all your top side camps, reset, back bot for another gank. So this is really important. Like this type of game you could have had if you did that, Neil, is completely different from what you did here, because there's nothing for you to do here. Did you know Zach started blue?
I suspected because they were all down here for the invade, but I didn't know for sure.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, we should assume, like, let's say, like, because Zach didn't die in that, like, he's just going to go to the closest buff to him, which is blue, just because he was near bot, like, he's just going to start blue. So, there's probably no camps up here for us either. So, again, this is huge. This is huge. I mean, you can gank bot again. Okay, what are you doing here? Okay, we can gank bot, I guess. But the way that I view this is, like, overkill. Like, we sort of need our camps. Like, as you can see, we're level 3 right now. Like, it's still good what you're doing. I can't say this is bad. This is still really good. But again, going top for that top crab is just way better. And clearing all camps and then resetting bot and then doing that, because then you've cleared all your top camps. How much gold are you sitting on? 1,500. You have all that gold. You're making sure that Zach's not taking them. And then you can keep killing bot after that. Because now your pathing's a little bit weird. So, yeah, so Zach actually steals your blue now.
Right, okay.
Yeah, he steals your blue and your grump. Again, that shouldn't have happened. Zach pops his passive. Because if you think from Zach's perspective as well, Neil, he has nothing else to do. If you took top crab and you took all camps, he's just like scratching his head like, oh, I base side, I go bot crab. And it's like, well, it's going to be hard for him to gank a Lux Kai'Sa with like a Swain Varus. He can't really do anything mid. Like it's like the way that I viewed it. If you went top there, it's it's the lock-in mindset, but it's also checkmate for Kane. I mean for Zach, because he has nothing to do. And you're also top to prevent any sort of ganks that happen.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because like Zach's literally ahead in you in farm right now, which again, you've obviously impacted the map a lot, so I can't say like, well, that's why you lost the game. But yeah, that's definitely a really important aspect. So you come down bot here for another gank. All right, so let's look at this W again. All right, so yeah, we're just walking over wards right now. I think you can lane gank this, Neil.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Do I have boots? Yeah, I do. You
do have boots. So yeah, but lane ganking without boots, I don't know if you've heard me talk about this before, but that's not really ideal. So yeah, lane ganks, you obviously know there's going to be no wards, because like, let's say if they're pushed up right now, you could do like a little cheeky, wait in this bush, get a W, get ready to go in, and like, again, these guys have like no flashes like Varus and stuff. A lane gank is these guys are dead, they don't have like, they're super vulnerable.
Yeah.
So always be cautious. If like the way that I view it, if I'm walking through this tri-bush, I need to either have a controlled or sweeper, because this is a hot spot for warding. This is like the warding location for bot lane.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
And the way that I view it for Nunu as well, if I can lane gank, I will do it, because again, there's like no counterplay to it. That's what Nunu's so strong at. As if you charge up a full snowball lane gank, especially against vulnerable champs like Varus, Swain.
Right.
All right, so we do drag. That's really good. Nice. All right, we got some sort of a lock-in mindset here. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay. We try and... All right, so again, this is another fail gank. So you need to really look at all these fail ganks. Why did they fail? So Aurelia's just used her CC. This is a very short snowball. If you're going to gank this, Neil, you need to gank it from this location. Start your snowball up here, and then go for a dive.
Right.
You know, like this is like not good. It's too short range. And this is the airplane mindset that I talk about in my guide, right? It's like we want to be getting that full run up, that full runway. Because it's just too easy to dodge this, and it's too obvious.
Right.
Alright, so yeah, I think this is also a mistake here as well. Neil, like we haven't spent any resources top. Like we don't really have the damage to kill a Mundo, unfortunately. Like he's pretty tanky. And he can turn kill people. Like he's 2 levels ahead of you, you know?
Yeah.
So so there's a couple of things, and some of the themes, I don't know if you watched the whole stream, is showing on the map and doing nothing with it is worst case scenario. So you showed on the map, I mean it's fine to get some CS, but like the way that I viewed it as well is that okay, you had 2 options here. You're either going to go... I actually think you should have gone to this wave before doing Gromp. So I think doing the wave is fine, but you need to look here. Do the wave first. Just your intention is purely there to take the wave, and then you do your Gromp. Because coming now, it's not worth you showing on the map for just a couple of minions. You're actually going to miss all these minions anyway.
Right.
So showing on to defend towers is fine, but it needs to be worth it in terms of how many minions there are. Again, look at this. You get no minions. So, and again, we just can't kill Mundo. And Mundo's just not our... Like, even if we kill Mundo, what do we get off this now?
Right. Yeah, he doesn't have shutdown or anything. So this... I basically, I think I came up here because I knew my Xin Zhao was sort of struggling. I felt like I had impacted bot.
Absolutely not. So, we keep going. We keep going bot. We keep going bot. This is the hydraulic press mindset. I talk about my Xin Zhao guide. I don't know if you've seen that. But this is not our win condition. This is why playing around win condition, choosing it is so important. Because, yeah, sure, let Mundo, you know, he's struggling, but you're not going to help Xin. He's going to get outscaled by Mundo anyway. He's a lost cause. So we just keep going bot. We keep pressure. We want to keep getting our bot even further ahead. So this is also a pretty big mistake in the game because you're giving your enemy bot lane breathing room. And you're also, by you showing top as well, give Zach the opportunity to get his bot lane back into the game. Like he could potentially dive this, like Kaiser's low or something like that. You know, we just want to limit all his options, all Zach's options, get ourselves further ahead, and that's how we're going to win this game.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
All right, Neil. Any other questions? That's what I want to go over for this game.
My only other question is later in the game, it shows that it's a wind dragon soul, and I'm wondering if that affects how much you value dragons, if the soul affects how much you value dragons moving forward in the game.
Okay, yeah, soul's a soul, Neil. I don't care what it is. Soul's busted. Dragon soul's busted. Cloud's amazing. You get move speed for your whole team. Insane CDR, which is great for Kaiser, Lux, even Aurelia in a way. Like, Dragon Soul is like, we're getting this no matter what. How do I get Dragon Soul? How do I figure it out? You have 3 drags right now. So, it doesn't matter what dragon it is, we're going for it. You know, obviously some are more better than others in, like, certain comps, but Dragon Soul is busted.
Yeah. Okay. All right, great. Thank you.
All right, no worries, Neil. Thanks for coming on the show, and I'll see you next time.
Definitely. Thanks.
See you later. All right, so that was our third guest. We're going to move into our next guest, who's another Nunu player. iCry, how's it going, man? Welcome to the stream. All right, so what are we doing now? We're moving to this scene. Alright, so this is a game on NA again. Josh the Bear Man. So Josh, we're going to drag you in just a second. I'm just going to get your game up. Nunu 510. This one here. Okay, I'm going to drag Josh in here in a second because I'm actually struggling to get his game up. Alright, Josh, you're on the air. Can you hear me all good?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Excellent. So, Josh, I'm trying to get your game up here, but I do sort of require people to do ranked games when they come on this show. I can do a normal game, but you're going to have to download the replay yourself and send it to me. So do you know how to download a replay?
Yeah, I can do that.
So download it, and I'll send you my email address now. So just shoot that to me. I'm gonna do the next guest, and then I'll do you after that.
Yeah,
All right.
sounds perfect.
All right. Cool, Josh. I'll talk to you later. All right. So let's get Neil in now. Let's go on to US. All right, Neil, you're on the air. Can you hear me all good?
Yeah.
You've been on the show before, right? Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah.
Have you been on the show before, Neil, or is this the first time? Your name looks familiar.
No, I'm kinda new to this channel.
Okay, yes. All right. So, Neil, welcome to the show. This is the first time you're coming on. This is a Fiddlesticks game of yours. Why did you want to review this game specifically?
I've kinda struggled a bit with Fiddle last games, and especially this one, because I kinda don't know how to push my lead to finish the game, and I think I rely on my teammates too much
Okay.
to do this.
Yep, we can take a look. Obviously, we're only going to be looking at the early game, so we potentially won't be looking at, how you could have closed the game out, but we can still be trying to extend our lead in the early game, so we can definitely take a look at this here. And what should I call you as well? Is your name like actually Neil as well? Is that just your IGN?
No. You can call me Dimitri.
Dimitri, okay, Dimitri. Excellent. Alright, so we're getting your game up in just a moment, Dimitri. And how you been liking the new Fiddlesticks as well, by the way? I haven't played much of it, but it definitely seems pretty strong.
Yeah, I've got a really big win streak with him, and he seems like really strong in any game versus every matchup is expected all of, I think. I also already watched this game by myself,
Excellent.
got a couple mistakes, but wanna hear what you say.
Well, that's good. You're definitely going to get a lot out of this because you've already thought about the game yourself. So we can look at these mistakes. All right. So with Fiddle, you don't need to start with a refillable potion. Have you seen Fiddlesticks take just the control ward?
Yeah, I saw it a couple of times, but didn't think about it.
So I mean, I think it's fine, but think about it next time because I think that starting off with a control ward as Fiddlesticks is super OP because you can like do it to defend like your buff. Like if you get a control on the map level 1, like it's just ridiculous how much control you already have. Like you can prevent invades. It's like the way that I view Fiddlesticks is you need to just get your free level 4. You need to survive. You need to get to level 6. So the control ward helps you do that. Again, you don't really need a refillable potion as Fiddle because your clear is so healthy because you obviously heal from your W, right? So potentially think about that next time, Dimitri. And we are starting red here. So we're doing both of these at the same time. Nice. Alright, we're going for level 3 gank top. He's just eat in. Excellent. Alright, nice gank already, Dimitri. Alright, so you're into a Fizz jungle, and Fizz has just died. Wait, do we know Fizz has died? Oh, I think we do know Fizz. You actually, you can see his death time, alright? Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so do we know where he started? This is important. Because we want to punish this, actually. Let's find out.
I didn't notice that he was died in the game.
Yeah, it doesn't actually come up executed for your screen, but yeah, I think it's fine. Okay, so this sort of tells us that he started blue. The fact that bot lane was late to lane. So that's just handy information for us. So he literally dies to red, I think. Let's turn the volume down a little bit. Alright, so we take the crab here. This is good. Going for a mid gank now. That's fine. I think so. This is a sort of situation where I think showing mid's fine here because you're going for a double crab, and I think it makes sense to go for a double crab here, Dimitri, because
Yep.
again, you know that Fiddlesticks started bot side, so if he wasn't there for the top crab, he's probably trying to run right now to the bot crab, and you do have sort of like mid priority in a way, and like bot priority as well. So this is good. I like this a lot, Dimitri. Bam, bam, bam. Do our Krugs, nice and efficient. Alright, how much gold are we sitting on? We're sitting on 1,500 gold. Definitely want to be looking to spend that. We definitely want some AP items. Like, Fiddle doesn't do much damage at all at this sort of stage of the game with no AP items. So,
I just wanted to cover my bot lane.
Yep.
So they don't throw the lead.
I like it. I like the thinking. Yeah, let them safely push. This is good. I do this a lot sometimes as well. They obviously want to push this wave in, so you're sitting there hovering.
Yeah. That is a mistake because I forgot that I can just push and let them back. And but I didn't do it, so they died to Fizz.
Yeah. All right, so let's think about this a little bit. Let's think about the option of you doing that. It's like helping them push in to reset. So, what can we lose on the other side of the map if we show here? The answer is like I guess your wolves
Maybe
and Gromp, but like you've got some vision control. You actually got a lot of vision control top. So we actually know that Fizz hasn't walked here at all for a long period of time. So that means that he's 100% bot side. So I think pushing this is fine. Absolutely. Like right now, just push this because this is going to really screw up Caitlyn because Caitlyn's base is going to be staggered, and then your bot lane's going to get way back further with their items ready to go. And obviously, you're just making sure that your bot's safe because they're obviously in a really bad position right now. So yeah, I think that this is definitely the right move. And you actually noted that yourself, Dimitri, as a mistake. You said you should have pushed that in your notes when you looked over this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So definitely think that's the right move. That would have really helped your bot, and now your Ezreal dies. So yeah, definitely not ideal. So we go top here. Again, priority right now is just get level 6. This is really important for us as Fiddlesticks. Okay, so he's pretty low. Okay, you know what we're going to do here, Dimitri? We're going to dive this Fiddlesticks.
Mm-hmm.
If he's staying for this wave, he's going to die. So we can either dive with our ult or without our ult. I'll probably just blow my ult on this guy, honestly. I think that's fine. Like, there's nothing really for us to do bot. Like, because then after this, we could potentially get drag off this. So, Cassio, like, you're going to spam ping Cassio to push this, and you're going to dive this Corki. And he's going to miss this cannon wave, which is amazing as well.
Mm-hmm.
So you just let him get away with this. Yeah, you definitely dive this.
I probably just got tilted by Ezreal overstay, so I wanted to get the lead again for my bot lane.
No, we can't be thinking that way because then that comes down to forcing, Dimitri. You know what we talked about. You're trying to force a lead. If there's no opportunity, there's no opportunity. It's like, look at bot. Like, how are we going to kill bot? Like, sure, we can dive, but like, we don't know where Fizz is. You know, Fizz is most likely bot because his second blues come up. And again, you know that because your red buff's up. Like, we can't force this. And again, you use the word tilt there, Dimitri. Tilting is just self-sabotaging here. It's like you're tilted and you're missing this opportunity here, you know, to dive Corki.
Yeah,
so not
I
good,
didn't
Dimitri.
notice that in the game.
Alright, so let's do just our camps here. Yeah, this is not going to work. Just do our camps. Oh, this is so forcing, Dimitri.
Yeah, but that actually should have worked.
Look at all our camps right now. Look at all this.
Yeah, I know, but I felt like something is gonna happen on the bot lane, and if I don't show up, they will die again.
Like, yes, but like, your pathing is going to be completely screwed off this because all your camps are going to be up and you're going to be really confused. You're going to have decision fatigue. You're dragging up. So everything's up right now. This is, I mean, maybe doable, but like, it also, if you think about it, this is an Ezreal Karma lane. Like, this is not an amazing lane to gank for as well. You know, it's a Kate Swain. These guys are actually much stronger than your bot lane early game. So, you know, it's not like you don't have Runic Echoes here. You can't really one-shot people. I mean, I guess you could go for an ult here, but the thing about this is why I don't like these kills is that your bot lane really needs to base anyway. Like Karma's pretty low, like Ezreal, I mean, how much gold is it on? 700 gold. We can't really get Dragon off this anyway. And again, what's happening now is that if you show bot, you're opening up, you could lose Rift, you could lose your top side camps, you're going to lose Crab. You could lose so much for doing the show in bot here as well, you know? So the way that I view this is just not worth it at all. Okay, you do get the kill. You get 1 kill, and again, it's like, let's look at what we're going to do off this. We can't do drag. You see Fizz right now, he's like potentially doing Rift Herald.
His top side.
You know,
Actually showed at the top side.
Okay, for some reason he's not doing Rift because Fizz is just a not a good jungle clearer at all. So, if you're versing a better jungler here, you could get severely punished for that, you know?
Yeah, I just didn't used to play versus punishing junglers.
Alright, so we're lucky we got to sort of full clear up, but that's all I want to go for this game here, Dimitri. But the rule here is that if all my camps are coming up, especially my second round of buffs, and I'm making a play that doesn't really make sense or doesn't net me much because Karma needs the base, it's just not worth taking. You need to clear your camps, you know? At the end of the day, like, you can relax, like, sure, don't worry about your bot lane dying, Dimitri. You, you scale so well as Fiddlesticks. You can, like, carry fights late game or mid game, you know? Like, if you play, like, don't be very comfortable with your team dying. I'm comfortable with my team dying all the time. Like if I know that this is the more consistent play for me, then I will take it. But what you did is super inconsistent play. Like let's say, you know, Kate somehow got out of that because you messed up your ult or something like that, or Swain like snared you and like dragged you away from Kate when you ult. You know, it's just like worst case scenario is you ult and you get no kills, and that's like game losing stuff for you. Versus just do your camps and then make a play bot, and then it's more like in your control. So do you have any other questions around that, Dimitri?
Yeah, I have also 3 questions. First, when Fizz was showing top side, I could rush Dragon. Is it correct, or I should just full clear?
We need to base and we need a full clear, reset, and drag. Unfortunately, like, because Fizz showed top and like he wasn't what's it called? You saw that he like probably didn't take your camps, he didn't have blue buff, so let's just full clear, reset, and then back bot, and we can make another ult play bot. But yeah, you need to base your Calm, your Ez needs to base. He's got a wave here. Like let's not we don't need to risk doing drag.
Okay.
In this specific situation.
Second questions. I heard a lot about what's pros and cons to gank before 6 as Fiddle.
Yep.
I'm trying to learn when to gank before 6. Usually it's when my lane have a really high damage early, like with Timo. I know that I can show and fear them, so Timo will finish them off with damage. In these situations, it's okay to gank before 6.
Yeah, so I mean, so like Fiddle, again, you definitely want to potentially do at least like a play, you know, early. Like you don't want to just AFK farm, you know, just to, you know, get level 6, like, because you get, you know, punished for the experience and gold. But the way that I view it is I want laners that can follow up my fear, my CC, and like sort of have damage, like as you said. So like I'm actually looking at AD sort of champs early. It's like Aurelia, Zed, Renekton, Darius. Like these types of champs I think are ganking really good, sort of strong laners that have like damage and can follow up in your CC and sort of have CC themselves as well. So like the way that I view it is like you ganking in a Azir lane early, that's probably not going to work. That's pretty bad. Like the Azir doesn't have much damage. Like or an Anivia lane, you know, it's like those super weak champs, or like a Vladimir lane. Like don't really gank those because that's probably unlikely. I mean, you don't want to rule it out completely. Never sort of follow like rigid thinking in League of Legends. You want to be free flow. But those champs are much less likely for it to work because again they don't have like any damage early.
Okay, thank you. And last questions. When I have a ult up, I always think like I need to use ult as soon as possible, because when I use it, it went on cooldown, and I kinda try to like do as much ults in the game as possible to have more impact with this ability. And I think it's kinda not healthy, yeah.
Yeah, I mean that traps us into again the force in. It's like if we think we need to ult off cooldown, we will force. So sometimes you can hold your ult for a bit to get the right opportunity. The right ult is better than one right ult is better than two average ults that don't get you any plays, any objectives. Like if you do an ult, you get 2 kills on a drag, great. If you get ult, drag's not up, and you only kill one person bot, and like all your top camps are up, then that's not worth it because you're losing your top camps and you're not really getting that much bot. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
So be patient, yeah.
Thank you very much.
All right, Dimitri, thanks for coming on the show. We'll potentially see you next time.
Yeah.
All right, so Josh has just sent me the file for as our next guest. Let's just try and download that, get that working. If you guys have any questions in the chat, now's the time to ask. So Jungleman says, I noticed a lot of LCK players pretty much just AFK fun for runic arrows and then start spam gank, do objectives. LCK, is that like actually in the LCK? Because people there's very slow early games in pro play. It's hard. You shouldn't like use that as a model for solo queue. Solo queue is pretty chaotic, and there's lots of gank opportunities that you have in solo queue, especially in lower elo, that you won't have for like pro players and stuff. But yeah, I mean, you know, if full clearing is definitely the safer way to go, and more consistent. Is that the case for most AP junglers? Yeah, most AP junglers spikes are sort of like at level 6. Just watching T1 Cuz VOD solo queue. Yeah, again, Challenger career is like completely different to, you know, a gold game on EOS. So, you know, it's like, again, we definitely, I mean, ganks are much better than AFK farming because you get your laners ahead and you can, you know, I don't want to say tax their wave, but you can, you know, get some experience and gold from that as well. And it's just great. If you AFK farm, you're just doing nothing, then you're obviously opening up the enemy jungler to, you know, pressure, take early objectives. So JLP says, hey, how you track down the enemy jungler without any vision? That's a very broad question. The broad answer is, I guess you don't. You need to think about, okay, they spent some time, or like you sort of need to like wait for them to show. So once they show, that's when you can start thinking, okay, where are they going to go next? What's their camps, especially early? What's their jungle path mean? Where they're going to go next? But you definitely can't track an enemy jungle without vision. It's just not possible. You can have a good idea, but you know, as Stella says, use your spidey sense. Yeah. That's right, Blosser. It's not taxing the wave, it's shoving the wave. That's right. I should have emphasized that. Alright, so we're going to drag our next guest in here. This is a Nunu player on NA. I will eventually make a video purely on tracking. We did cover that in one of my live streams I think last week. So if you want to go back on the VOD, we did like a whole Twitch stream on jungle tracking where we used some examples and talked about it a bit beforehand. Alright, so Nunu. Let's download the game here. Cut. Paste. 5, 10, 13. 5, 10, 13. Gotta open with League of Legends. Bear with me, guys. I'm just having to sort of do this manually. 3, 4. Okay, let's see if this works. Let's try downloading this again. Alright, Josh, are you there?
Yes, I am.
So I'm trying to get it up, but for some reason it's not working. It usually works for me.
Okay.
So
I mean, if you've got
unfortunately, we're probably
Yeah,
going
I
to have
don't
to
wanna hold
skip
you
you on
up.
this one, Josh. Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, next time, obviously, come on the show. Would love to have you on, but definitely want it to be a ranked game. I probably should have emphasized that as well in my, in the little thing, because obviously you're new to the server. So, all good. No worries at all.
Absolutely. So
We'll-
sorry for spending the time.
No problems at all. It happens. All right, Josh.
All right.
I'll see you next time, potentially.
Bye.
All right, so let's get our last guest on here. So we also actually have to do this manually. Oh, this might be difficult. I really should have checked this beforehand, I think. Sorry guys, we'll get it up in just a moment. A critical error has occurred. Alright, let's drag Reese-Meister in here as well. Alright, Reese-Meister, I'm also having troubles getting your game up here as well. You showed me an alternative method here in the chat. How do I do that? Go to the replay folder, documents replay, rename the file to the latest replay. I don't understand that.
Well, basically, what you do is that you will download one of your replay, and then you'll have like a file name on that, and then you'll gonna paste my replay on that same folder and copy paste the name of that replay on my replay, so that when you press play on your match history or something, then my replay will be playing, and you're gonna have to rename also the old replay file. And it's kind of
Yeah, that's probably it's probably not going to be. I'm not going to be able to do that in the time. Like everyone's like, it was going to take us like probably 10 minutes to figure it out. So I potentially should have checked it before. I thought this was going to work, honestly, because I've done this before, and it works. But for some reason, I'm getting like a crash every time. So it's just the League client, unfortunately. I'll try and get it working next time. But definitely would love to review your game. One time.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
All right, Racemaster, thanks for attempting to come on, and I'll potentially see you next time.
Okay. No problem,
So-
man. Thanks.
All right, well, unfortunately, the last two ones didn't work. So that's going to be it for this show. I hope this was helpful for you guys. If you guys have any questions in the chat, sort of now's the time to ask. But again, I do this show every week. This time, if you want to join, the link to my Discord's up there. We can, you can join about 2 hours beforehand. I just say who wants to join, and then whoever's first in best dressed basically gets a spot. So I usually have around 5 to 6 guests. Tonight was meant to be 6, but we only had 4. But it happens. It is what it is. All right, so B Sweets here says, played a Wukong game the other day. Great early game with kills, map pressure, and took neutral objectives. Teammates would chase kills, pick poor fights, nothing, and then enemy team gets go with a KO. Any thoughts on what to do when the team is chasing blood instead of trying to end the game? Well, B Sweets, I mean, I would say that that's the situation I personally don't want to get in. So review your early game, figure it out. How could you have play the game better in the early, and try and close it out early, because as soon as you get to the late game, this is why I have your first jungle clear. As soon as it gets to mid-late game, like we just don't have the gold compared to like mid ADCs and top laners, where it's sort of out of our control in a way. So the answer is B-Sweets is like, you're just gonna have to try and do your best. Play pressure side lanes, try and make them react, try and catch them out of position. But there's not much you can do about late game. Your team just, continue wanting to fight. Bluster says, you should put ranked games only on the wife sheet. Yes, I should. I'll do that next time, Buster. Alright, guys. Well, that's going to be it for this stream. This video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video or live stream.